This month my income has came from 6 different sources. This is what I was paid in January 2025. Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Laura, and on this channel I am showing how I am leveling up my life in a few different ways, but this series tracks my income from my day job, my passive income and my side hustles. So as I mentioned earlier, I have been paid from 6 different income sources this month. The main one, as always, is my day job. I still work full time. I work in the NHS, and my pay this month was £2,157.93. Now, this money is what I use to pay my bills. It's what I use for any spending and what I put some into savings. If you watch my budgeting videos, you'll kind of see where I allocate that. But any additional money that I make to my wage doesn't automatically go into my spending for that month. I try to save everything or reinvest it. So moving on to my side hustles. So I have a few Etsy shops. One does considerably better than the other two. One of the smaller ones did get one sale in January, so it made a little bit of money, but the vast majority of my Etsy income comes from one shop. So this shop is a print on demand shop, but it's not your typical print on demand. Like, I'm not just throwing designs onto loads of different products and hoping that something sells. One of my shops does that, but not this one. This one sells prints, specifically art prints. There's a few custom designs on there, and that does generate the majority of my income, but the majority of designs on there are kind of ready to go and ready to be shipped. So as soon as someone buys them, it's integrated to a print on demand platform, which means that I don't have to do anything. So I could be asleep and get an order in, and it's kind of been actioned by the print provider before I've even woken up, which is why I really like this process. The custom ones, I obviously have to do the customization and then send it off to the printer. This is just, it's the best way for me to do it personally, because I don't have room, or I don't want to buy the printing equipment. I don't want to have to run to the post office all the time because I am also working full time. So it's just what works best for me. Anyway, in January, my Etsy shops made me £96.17. So this is taken off. I pay for Canva, which is £10.99. I use Canva for a lot of different things. I use it for my thumbnails for these videos. I use it to get some fonts for the prints that I'm doing. I also use it I've made my templates and put them on Canva for my custom designs, because it's adding like a lot of text to it, and then I move it into my Procreate app to do like the designing on there. This is after I've taken off printing costs and Canva cost, and obviously Etsy fees as well, because Etsy like to charge you. But I mean, it's a search engine, and you're getting sort of exposure to anyone that's on Etsy, so it kind of does make sense. But yeah, Etsy fees can be quite high, especially if someone's bought your item from an off-site ad that Etsy has pushed out, then they do take a little bit of more money off you. Total income for Etsy for January was £96.17. I do just want to show, so I've done a bit of a graph to show my Etsy earnings and how they've changed year on year in January, because I think it's important for me to be able to see if I'm improving, for one, but also to show you guys that sometimes things aren't linear and things do come down, especially in January, because you've had the Christmas rush. So sales do tend to drop off. So in January 2023, I was paid £55.45 from my Etsy shops. January 2024, this did decrease dramatically, and it was £21.94. As you can see, this year it has increased to £96.17. So if you watched last month's video, I did 2 months in one go, but November and December for my Etsy shops were really, really good. And I think that extra traffic and the increase in your conversion rates and more people leaving reviews means that more people are likely to buy from you. So I think that that's kind of what's done that. I've kind of been on Etsy for longer and I've got more reviews, so people trust us more. So that is good. I like how that's gone up over time. Moving on to my passive income. So my passive income, people will tell you that print on demand is passive, but let me tell you, the setup of it is not. It doesn't make it passive income. When you go back and look at the hours that you've put in, it does take a while for that to be passive. In my opinion, and for this video series, my passive income comes from interest and dividends. So I have a few different savings accounts that I use. I have a Santander Edge one that pays 7% on, I think it's up to £4,000, so I've got the full amount in there. And then I've got some savings accounts in Zoba that I'm saving for with different things. I've got my Etsy money that I've made in a Zoba pot. And I do have my spending pots on Plum earn a tiny bit of interest, so all of that added together is what makes my interest payment. So in January I was paid £40.80 in interest. I haven't had to do anything for this apart from put money somewhere and keep it there to get that money. Dividend payments, January was a slightly lower month, but it's still better than it has been for the last few years, so it is increasing. This was £2.66. If you want to see more details on that, I do post a monthly dividend income video where I go through which stocks paid us and how much they paid. I do have a couple of different income streams on this video that I haven't had in the previous ones. So one is cashback. So I use Top Cashback, and over Christmas, anything that I was buying in terms of presents, I would search on Top Cashback to make sure that I wasn't missing out on any cashback from that. So I was paid £10.84 in cashback in January. Like I say, most of these were Christmas presents. It can be really tempting to look on cashback sites and spend money for the sake of getting cashback, but you're still spending that money that you wouldn't have been spending. So I make sure that I only use it for stuff that I would have been buying anyway. It's just always good to have a little check. If you are interested in signing up to Top Cashback, I'll leave a referral link in the description. I think we'll both get a little bit of money if you sign up. I want to say it's £10, but it might have changed. I'll put it in the description. Another way that I made money is technically from YouTube, even though I'm not monetized on here yet. So on my dividend videos and all of my finance videos, I do have a list of referral links. So I have a link for Free Trade on there, which is the app that I use for investing. And if someone signs up and deposits, I think it's £50 into their account, we'll both get a free share, and that free share can vary in amount. But I got a free Coca-Cola share from one of you guys signing up using my link, which was brilliant, so thank you. And that was worth £49.97. So that was really nice. I enjoyed getting that. So that brings my total income, including my wage, for January 2025 to £2,358.37. I'm going to throw up a graph on screen again, showing from 2023 to 2025 how that's increased year on year, just so you can see, and so I can see that it is slowly going up. So all of this stuff isn't for nothing. Even if I can just slowly increase my income from various sources over time, then I'll get to where I want to be. If you take my wage off, so just the additional income, in January 2025 I was paid £200.44, so that's from everything: Etsy, interest, dividends, cashback, and my free trade referral. And again, I'll put that up on screen just so you can see how that's changed over time. Everything seems to be heading in the right direction, and it's almost not until you visualize it. I think the last time I was going through this video, I kind of went through it with you and like backtracked to see how much I'd been paid the previous year. But I think having it in a nice graph, just it shows it a little bit nicer. So I thought I'd throw those into this video. So that's it for this month. I will see you next time. Bye. Are you my channel mascot? Hmm?